Good afternoon. Beautiful weather today. Record high temperatures for every one of our reporting stations but one. Who it is, find out in just a few minutes. Also tonight,
is that women have been active in creating a more equitable and inclusive country for the last 250 years, and that we're going to keep doing it for the foreseeable future.
The month of March has a special meaning to a certain organization at Eastern Illinois.
We'll have an inspiring story later tonight. This is Newswatch, and your Friday evening edition starts now.
House proudly supports Newswatch. Now welcoming guests on Charleston's historic 6th Street. The Charleston House Bed and Breakfast Inn offers refined accommodations in a beautifully restored bed and breakfast. For booking information, visit craigcollection.com or call the number on screen.
TCI Realty, Charleston area's real estate connection. Commercial, land and farm, and residential real estate. Experienced realtors with an up-to-date website at tcirealty.net. TCI Realty supports the students of WEIU Newswatch.
You know what? We had some beautiful weather today in Charleston. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Bennett.
And I'm Matt Williamson. Well, summer-like temperatures today, but it may not stick around for the weekend. Scott Ely is here to talk about some weather. Good evening, Scott.
good evening. I'm loving the green grass on our current picture. And you know, sunset is just 20 minutes away. Most of you were talking about the temperatures today. And look at this screen. Everybody on the screen but one hit a new record today. Only Decatur. 77 was their high, and the all-time record is still standing, 79 degrees back in 1956. Here in Charleston, well, we had the record today, 75. An old record worth talking about, maybe minus 14 on this date in 1960. Here are our current conditions. We are way above that low temperature, and we'll have more to talk about in weather in about 5 minutes. Now let's go back to the news desk.
Thanks, Scott. In other news tonight, Danville High School is hit with a potential bomb threat. Yesterday evening, Danville police were notified of the threat by District 118 staff, which they say originated from a social media post. Decatur police and the U of I bomb squad responded to the scene and deployed several bomb detection dogs. Officials say no explosive devices or suspicious items were found, and the threat was labeled as non-credible. This case is still under investigation, and if you have information regarding the incident, contact Decatur police. The Decatur Fire Department responds to a fire at an abandoned house. Decatur Fire Department says they were dispatched to West Macon Street yesterday after reports of a house fire. Upon arrival, fire crews say they saw heavy fire coming from the second floor windows. After the initial knockdown, firefighters say they entered the building to search for occupants and the source fire, but no occupants were found, and officials say the home suffered significant damage. We have some early details on another fire in Mattoon this afternoon. Mattoon firefighters responded to a house in the 2500 block of Shelby Avenue. We'll keep you updated with more details as they become available.
The former Sangamon County deputy convicted of the murder of Sonia Massey is in the hospital. Capital News Illinois reports Sean Grayson is receiving medical treatment for cancer at an undisclosed location outside of an Illinois Department of Corrections facility. Grayson's attorney says the former deputy has battled colon cancer for years, but it has now spread to his liver and lungs. Experts say IDOC needs to shield Grayson's location for security purposes, as he may be a target for other inmates. Grayson received a 20-year sentence for second-degree murder after shooting Sonia Massey back in 2024. The incident prompted calls for police reform across the United States and from then-President Joe Biden. Rising tensions in the Iran region are impacting travel for a local university. University of Illinois is reviewing all university-related travel to 14 Middle Eastern countries planned through April 26th. This includes travel for U of I faculty and staff, as well as students, for purposes and activities related to the university. All planned trips to countries labeled serious safety risks will be assessed by the university's Office of International Safety and Security before approval. The process does not apply for travel for non-university reasons. Community leaders in Champaign County are launching a new effort to address homelessness. The Champaign County Continuum of Service Providers to the Homeless will host a town hall meeting Monday to kick off a strategic plan aimed at ending homelessness in the county. Organizers say the meeting will give residents, service providers, and people with lived experience the chance to share ideas on potential services. Officials say homelessness in the county has risen since the pandemic, increasing from 137 people in 2022 to 355 this year. The event runs 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the I Hotel and Conference Center in Champaign. Residents are encouraged to attend and help shape the community's plan. Well, Women's History Month is a time to acknowledge the women who have helped shape our country and the ones continuing to impact our communities today.
Newswatch's Rashad Jones explains the importance of the month and speaks with a former local business owner about her challenges and her message to others.
Overall, Women's History Month it's a way for us to support each other, to collaborate, and to form connections that will promote the growth and empowerment of women going forward.
On Sunday, we marched into Women's History Month, and one organization is spreading awareness on campus.
Here at Eastern Illinois University, the Women's Gender and Sexuality Organization raised this flag right behind me in honor of Women's History Month.
Today, we sat down with Marshall McCoy, the business owner of the now-closed Revival City Donuts, to hear her story.
My mother said I was a foodie before foodie was a thing, and I love making food. I love creating things, and I really love making others happy with food.
McCoy says opening Revival City Donuts was a dream come true. Women own 43% of small businesses in Illinois, and now she was one of them.
There was one day I was standing over in the back in the kitchen actually making donuts, and I said to myself, is this real? Am I dreaming?
But McCoy also says the reality of being a businesswoman comes with its own set of challenges.
And so I remember there was a time I was not there at the shop, and the worker, she said, the problem here is that I'm a woman and this man will not listen to me. And I said, well, let such and such talk to him. And he responded differently to the male employee.
Through it all, McCoy says being a woman taught her resilience.
I just deal with it like I deal with it here at the desk or, anywhere else in the community. Just look a person straight in the eye, talk matter-of-factly.
Women have been active in creating a more equitable and inclusive country for the last 250 years, and that we're going to keep doing it for the foreseeable future.
What would you be without women,
In Charleston, I'm Rashad Jones for WEIU Newswatch.
Congress established Women's History Month in 1981, later expanding it to the full month of March in 1987. Locally, Eastern Women's Gender and Sexuality Studies program is hosting events this month, including guest speakers, film festivals, and awards to celebrate women's achievements. You can find a complete list of Women's History Month events taking place on campus on Eastern's website.
Local authorities are reminding residents illegal prescription medication comes with serious risks. Illinois State Police say fake medication is illegal, dangerous, and may contain potentially lethal drugs like fentanyl. State Police made the comments in support of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration's One Pill Can Kill awareness campaign. The DEA says just 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal, and they say they seized more than 47 million fentanyl-laced counterfeit pills in 2025. State Police say the only safe medications are those that come from licensed and accredited medical professionals. If you enjoy fishing, you might be a great catch for an upcoming program. The Illinois Department of Natural Resources is accepting instructor applications for its 2026 summer fishing clinics. Fishing instructors help run free clinics at communities throughout Illinois as part of the department's urban fishing program. These positions are temporary and do not exceed 6 months. IDNR says there are openings across the state, including Champaign, Macon, and Sangamon counties. You can apply for the job on the department's website.
Effingham residents have a chance to learn more about local law enforcement. The Effingham Police Department and Effingham County Sheriff's Office are now accepting applications for the Citizens Police Academy. Participants will get a behind-the-scenes look at patrol operations, hands-on experience with police equipment, and more. Applicants must be at least 18 years old and pass a background check. The free 8-week program begins March 26th and meets Thursday evenings from 6 to 9 at the Effingham Police Department. For more information, you can call the number on your screen. For the first time this week, we are not talking about rain,
That's right. Scott Ely has a pleasant update for us. Scott?
Good evening. The big talk today was all about temperatures in Boston, 34 degrees. They weren't too happy about that, but meanwhile in downstate Illinois, Big talk about big temperatures. We'll talk all about that coming up next.
For the people you know and the stories you didn't, join us for This Is Our Story. Every week, we'll be revisiting the stories told in WEIU's This Is Our Story series. We'll hear about the past and the present, the big and the small, the people and the places that make the communities in our area the wonderful places they are. That's This Is Our Story, Thursday at 7 on WEIU.
Welcome back to weather. Our current conditions right now still something to talk about, and we have some sun showing in the southern portion of our viewing area. Look at the background color of this screen. Normally it's different from this screen, but our warmer temperature, our warmer air is hanging around. These were our record highs today. Everyone with a record, including the 79s in Robinson and in Terre Haute, but in Decatur, 77, not good enough. Decatur had a 79 back in 1956. Overnight tonight, we're looking at a situation where we might be talking about a little more rain again, scattered rain, strong wind gusts of up to 40 miles per hour according to the National Weather Service, an overnight low temperature near 63 degrees. We'll talk more about temperature in just a moment. Here's what's happening overnight. You see the sky has some openings, so there might be some stars seen, but then we have that scattered picture. We might even have a thunderstorm or two in the southern portion of our viewing area, but then things start to clear up by midday. A few blips on the screen, a few showers maybe here and there, and eventually we're just looking at clouds before things open up once again. Here's your breakdown of temperatures for tomorrow. The morning temperatures will actually be the day's high, 63 or 64, and then by afternoon we're looking at temperatures dropping. Temperatures only in the 50s, but that's not so bad. That's about what it should be for this time of year. 59 is way over what it should be for this time of year. Sunday, everyone's going to be talking about DST, Daylight Savings Time. Now, the sun is sleeping in a little bit. It won't rise until 7:15, but it will stick around later in the day. 7 minutes before 7 o'clock, you'll still be seeing that sunshine, of course, to the west. 11 hours, 11 and a half hours really of daylight, actually a little more than that. Hopefully we'll see the sun. This is what's happening going into Monday. We actually had some clouds. There we go. That could be geese flying south. They might be a little bit confused from all the ups and downs, but actually you're not going to see any clouds on Sunday. It's just going to be brilliant sunshine for the days of Sunday and Monday for a 48-hour period, and we're going to have southwest winds. This will help our temperatures rebound from Saturday. A high near 61 on Sunday, and look at that temperature again on Monday, high temperatures near 73 degrees. Beautiful stuff. Green grass. I wish I had a comparative picture to show you of what was happening just a couple of weeks ago, but I don't. And also, I've noticed the trees are budding here on campus at Eastern Illinois University. Now, here's your 7-day outlook. Look at what those average extremes are for this time of year. A high of 52 and a low of 32. And across the board, until you get to later in the week, our temperatures are standing well above normal, and our low temperatures are above normal. There are 3 opportunities for rainfall. The remnants of the overnight, which would be early Saturday morning to possibly midday, and then we're going to have another possible gully washer coming up the middle of the week, Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'm calling this basically a 2-day period of potential rainfall, making up for quite a deficit. And then, of course, there is week 2 in my forecast, and that is spring break week, and that's the part of the forecast. You know how I've been telling you warmer than average temperatures? Well, during spring break week, it's just going to be average, which means maybe a high around 55.
No.
I don't know. That uh-oh was very ominous.
Are you
Olivia.
serious? You made it sound like
Wah,
tornadoes
wah.
over spring break for a second. Well, thanks, Scott. Coming up in sports tonight, EIU men's basketball continues a dream run. Matthew Posner will be back with your full Sports Watch report right after this.
But first, government officials are speaking out as Iran workers choose a new leader. Thanks for watching. This is News Watch on WEIU.
A production of WEIU TV, City Spotlight, covering the communities of Effingham to Robinson to Danville to Champaign to Decatur to Taylorville and places in between. For a past decade, City Spotlight has been talking with community leaders about what's happening in their local communities across central and southeastern Illinois.
Wednesday at 7 o'clock on WEIU.
Israeli airstrikes kill Ali Khamenei. Excuse me, we need to have a technical moment here. President Trump says he needs to be involved with choosing the replacement. He announced on social media he will not accept anyone who continues Khamenei's policies. Officials report Iran's Temporary Leadership Council is preparing to announce a successor. Ali Al-Foneh, a senior fellow with the Arab Gulf State Institutes and a political scientist who has focused much of his research on the Islamic Republic, says the selection process is similar to a papal conclave and will most likely not involve President Trump.
It is extremely secluded and secretive, and 88 individuals needed to cast their vote. They probably already have selected a leader, but we do not know the name of that individual, possibly because of the security considerations of the regime. And I am not imagining the regime consulting President Trump concerning who the next leader should be.
Al-Foneh says the expectation is that the regime has already elected the son of the late Khamenei, Mr. Mojtaba Khamenei. He says this choice would be a message of defiance, but also continuity. Well, now shifting gears, Matthew Posner is in the Sports Center with an update on an action-packed OVC game. Good evening, Matthew.
Good evening, Olivia. After a massive win over SIU Edwardsville in the opening round on Wednesday, Eastern Illinois men's basketball looks to make a statement against UT Martin in the Ohio Valley Conference Tournament quarterfinals. Sports Watch's Austin Perez has more on an EIU squad that's on the hunt for more in a tournament they almost didn't qualify for.
It's a fired-up atmosphere for the Eastern Illinois men's basketball team as they head into the third and final matchup of the year against the UT Martin Skyhawks. A win this big would be historic. The last time EIU won 2 conference tourney games, they went all the way and took home the 2001 OVC title. Tipping things off in the first half, UTM is on the hunt for points as Terry McMorris makes this incredible interception that would even impress cornerbacks in the NFL. He can't be stopped and gets the bucket and the and one. Panthers lead 10-7. Moments later, EIU is at the door again. If they can't get in from close, Cooper Jacoby's got you covered, striking from beyond the arch to make it 13-7. UT Martin doesn't lose their focus. They head into halftime up 27-22. Resetting in the second, the Panthers are down but still swinging. McMorris is the one-man band again as he drives down, the shot's up, and like a gumball in a candy machine, it takes its time falling through. With only a couple minutes left, UTM is up and searching for that final blow. Matas Danusius gets the rock to muscle through the blue wall and sink the bucket. Like Danusius after that shot, the Skyhawks slide into the semifinal round of the tournament with a 66-63 win, ending the late season miracles for the Panthers.
Despite the heartbreaking loss, it was a bright spot for Cooper Jacoby, who scored 12 points and made 9 rebounds in his final game as a Panther.
Although emotions were pouring out after the final buzzer, head coach Marty Simmons is nothing but proud of his team for its resilience.
Couldn't be more proud. You know what I mean? We didn't win 30 games and didn't win a championship, but we had a lot of guys that played through injuries. But I thought our guys hung in there and battled, obviously.
Senior guard Michi White has nothing but love for his teammates. He knows his days playing ball in Charleston is something he'll hold on to forever.
It gets to a point where you kind of like, I want it to end, or I kind of want the season to be over. And then when it actually hits you, you wishing that you could wake up tomorrow and have that shoot around again. Being able to play with the guys that we play with, the relationship that we was able to build, even through thick times, it really showed towards the end.
In Evansville, Indiana, I'm Austin Perez with WEIU Newswatch.
Didn't end the way they had hoped, but it was a special OVC tournament run for EIU. The Panthers finished the season with a 13-20 record and ended the drought by winning their first playoff game in 6 years. Meanwhile, at the high school level, tonight's the night. We're down to 16 teams in each IHSA boys basketball class, and the sectional finals across the viewing area all take place this evening. In Class 1A, 2 of our 1 seeds face off as Leroy takes on Decatur Unity Christian. The winner of that contest will take on the winner of 3-seeded Altamont and top-seeded Lawrenceville here at EIU on Monday. And in Class 2A, our remaining 2 teams will go head-to-head as Teutopolis takes on the Tolono Unity Rockets. Sports Watch will recap tonight's contests and preview the Super Sectionals matchups on Monday. Back in college hoops, the Lady Illini face off against nationally ranked Michigan State in the second round of the Big Ten Women's Conference Tournament. With 5 scorers in double figures, Illinois pulls off the 71-69 upset to advance to the quarterfinals. Illinois' quarterfinal game just got underway against the 9th-ranked Iowa Lady Hawkeyes. Sports Watch will recap the Lady Illini's Big Ten tournament results, as well as Illinois' men's basketball's contest against Maryland on Monday. In the NBA, the Chicago Bulls are hanging on to playoff hopes in the Eastern Conference. Can they take down Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns? Early on, Isaac Okoro hits a boost pad, goes flying down the court, and slams it home. Now it's Miller time as Leonard Miller brings the hammer down over the Suns defense to extend the Bulls' lead. But the night belonged to Colin Sexton, and this logo 3 got Sexton up to 30 points on the night. Phoenix tries to make a late comeback, but Chicago holds on for the upset. Bulls beat the Suns 105-103 and will look to make it 3-4 when they face the Sacramento Kings on Sunday. Baseball is back on the international stage as the World Baseball Classic's pool play is officially underway. On Thursday, former EIU pitcher Kai Hampton and Team Australia took down the Czech Republic 5-1. Hampton struck out 2 and earned a hold in his WBC debut. And tonight, Team USA begins their World Baseball Classic as they face off against Brazil. San Francisco Giants ace Logan Webb will be on the mound for the United States, with first pitch set to be thrown tonight at 7. At the college level, Eastern Illinois baseball and softball are back in action this weekend as they take on Bellarmine. The Panthers enter this weekend coming off a 5-game losing streak, including dropping all 3 in last weekend's series against Northern Kentucky. The Panthers sit at 4-6 on the season, hoping to regain form against a 2-9 and struggling Bellarmine squad. Eastern will play the first of 3 games against the Knights tonight at 7. EIU softball opens conference play tomorrow against the Morehead State Eagles. Weather permitting, Game 1 will start at 11:30 with Game 2 beginning shortly after. They'll play Game 3 of the series on Sunday at 11. Finally tonight, the Arnold Palmer Invitational and the Puerto Rico Open are the midway point of their tournaments. In Florida, 4-time winner Daniel Berger is in complete control and leads by a whopping 5 shots over lefty and 2-time winner Akshay Bhatia. In Puerto Rico, PGA Tour rookie Chandler Blanchet continues to shock them all as he's ahead by 4, with 18-year-old phenom Blades Brown tied for 3rd and John Daly II tied for 7th in his first career start. And that's all for sports. Matt, Olivia, back to you.
All right, thanks, Posner. Still to come, Scott Ely returns for a final check of a very warm Skywatch forecast.
But first, talk about road rage. A truck and a turkey collide in Effingham. We'll have more in tonight's parting story. Thanks for watching. This is Newswatch on WEIU.
finally tonight, semi-trucks are known for jake braking, but not like this. Take a look. Effingham firefighters say a semi-truck tractor trailer struck a wild turkey on Interstate 57 Friday morning. The truck's windshield was significantly damaged and the driver sustained minor facial injuries. No other accidents or damage were reported as a result of the bird strike. But believe it or not, Effingham Fire Chief Brant Yoakum says the turkey survived the accident and was released into the wild nearby. Well, we now turn our attention to weather, and here with the last look of the weekend forecast is Scott Ely. Scott?
Matt, hopefully no turkeys falling from the sky tomorrow, maybe a little bit of rainfall in the morning, and then our temperatures will be plummeting just a little bit tomorrow afternoon. But then another warm-up is just around the corner. In fact, we may have some near record temperatures coming up next week. That's your Skywatch forecast. And here we are at the anchor desk.
Thanks, Scott. And that's all the time we have tonight on Newswatch. For more news and weather, be sure to log on to our website at WEIU.net.
There you'll find real-time forecasts and the news video of the day.
And if news is happening in your community, let us know by dropping us an email at news@WEIU.net.
Have a great night and enjoy your weekend.
Charleston House proudly supports Newswatch. Now welcoming guests on Charleston's historic 6th Street, the Charleston House Bed and Breakfast Inn offers refined accommodations in a beautifully restored bed and breakfast. For booking information, visit craigcollection.com or call the number on screen.
TCI Realty, Charleston area's real estate connection. Commercial, land and farm, and residential real estate. Experienced realtors with an up-to-date website at tcirealty.net. TCI Realty supports the students of WEIU Newswatch.